I won't bow down to no man. Not even if I need to ride to the next village.
Let's take them back.
Yeah, 94. As the preacher takes the pulpit, fix your coat, prepare for 40 below spit. 7 days of heaven's ways and hang-ups. Chris and Ryan again, and we wishing anybody who isn't wishing us well bankrupt. A L and whatever else ain't up. As far as me, I'm still caught up in all the... Still calling my expendables, cause it's hard to believe I can fit all of them boys in one... And the streets start trembling. It's way too many it seems. Too many witnesses. Up and down with their visions of what a street is. I call it the seesaw syndrome. Syndrome, maybe you make a mistake, you lose. And this is for the real hip-hop. So would never, ever, ever ask me, am I here to replace Guru?
Word, that's how you feel up on this track? Little try on that.
What you trying to rap now?
Yeah, yo Royce.
What up, man?
We just lamping in the studio, you know, doing our thing.
Okay.
Bugging out, you know.
Right.
Little test run. So
I need you to speak with your hands. On the count of three. Everybody now, 1, 2, 3, go!
Talk to him. Who stepped up in this rap game and seen acting fool?
Me and Preem, both names go together. Lot of frontin' like they ill.
word. I think it's time to move on to the next one.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And Tim Duncan, one of the greats in NBA history. When it's all said and done, Shaq, will he go down as the best power forward of all time?
Well, he's got more rings as a star power forward than anyone else. So he's a complete player, offensively and defensively. I would have to say yes.
And you're the one who gave him his nickname.
Big fundamental. You know, he's not really flashy, doesn't run fast, doesn't jump high, but he will fundamentally up and under you to death.
Oh, wow. He will fundamentally get you. I would have to say when all awards and accomplishments are done, he will rank as the best. And the difference will be the championship rings.
Who would he, if it were the finals, it's either Tim Duncan or somebody else. Who does he beat to be the best power forward of all time? Who's number 2 on that list?
It's a threesome of Charles Barkley, Kevin McHale,
Mailman,
or Karl Malone. Those are the 3 that he beat out.
How about Bob Pettit?
He beat out those 3 to me. I've never seen Bob Pettit. I know you and Bob Pettit ran together back in the day, but I've never seen him play. He's a little too old for me.
Stay off LSU, buddy.
I mean, I've never seen him play.
Stay off of him.
YouTube. Hey, let's go to Kevin Harlan with the call.
We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Spurs come into town. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside, Doris Burke. it's the Hawks to start out. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for San Antonio, defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Aldridge out there with Duncan, and it's Parker in at point guard. And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Green passes to Duncan. Launches it. Aldridge, no luck. Atlanta with the ball.
And guys, remember, LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season, but he opted to tough it out and keep playing, and boy, how big was that for the Blazers.
Now here's Teague, pass to Horford. They set the pick. Feeds it to Teague. Three-pointer. San Antonio with the rebound. Outside, Green. Pass to Duncan. Aldridge against Splitter. Aldridge, no luck.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
And Teague has it in the corner. Here's Horford, and it's sent back by Aldridge. Right side, Leonard. Pass to Duncan. Kicks it out to Leonard. Aldridge dishes to Parker. That three off the mark. Atlanta's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Teague. And he converts the layup. Teague's got his first basket.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Earlier, I was able to catch up with Mike Budenholzer. He talked about the respect he has for the game of LaMarcus Aldridge and how tough it will be for them to slow him down, saying Aldridge is tough because he can score facing up or with his back to the basket. And with his length, it's tough to bother his shot. We'll look to deny him the ball when we can and just try to make it as hard as possible every touch. Kevin will see how successful they are.
All right, Doris. Here's Millsap following the basket by Tim Duncan. Horford, no luck.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
That ties it up. Here's Teague. He dishes it to Horford. Horford sets a screen for Korver. Millsap a screen on Leonard. Back to Korver. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time.
And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. You would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Splitter. Hardaway comes in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Otto Ginobili's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. And the shot is good.
And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. And as you said, it was all about how they worked together as a team.
Now here's West. The feed now to Diaw. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
And, you know, around the NBA, the league recognized the Hawks were a complete team. Everybody played their roles superbly. The NBA named all 5 of their starters the Player of the Week last year in an unprecedented move.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
And here is Horford. Manu Ginobili getting his 3 to go. Horford gets the bucket.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
The Spurs have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And Mills kicks it to West. He feeds it to Ginobili. Back to West. The Spurs working the ball around now. And the basket by Diop.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
Out to the wing. Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Spurs leading by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, very demanding. Throughout the years, he was hardest on his point guard, Tony Parker. And here's what Parker had to say about that.
My first 3-4 years, it was tough sometimes. Sometimes, like, eyes watered. I was, like, really angry, and it was tough at times. Definitely very hard on me early in my career.
Even though it seems like that was a very long time ago now, to hear Tony Parker talk about it now, it still sounds very fresh to him.
Did he acknowledge, Kevin, that he cried?
It sounds like it, yeah.
The game made him cry. That's one of the things fans forget about with professional athletes. No matter how successful they get, players never forget that pain and frustration or those other emotions they've gone through to help get them to where they are.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
It's all about the depth, really. The bench has been the difference. The bench play really has separated these two teams.
Yeah, it's been a huge advantage for them. That bench has really made a nice contribution.
Teague and Korver are the guards. Cephalosha is out there with Horford, and it's Splitter in at the 5 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. And for Manu Ginobili last season, not his best. Down in every measurable category since his rookie year. He's 37, myriad of injuries. You know, but Greg, there's still something so special about that play.
Yeah, I mean, so much of his game is about movement. And Kevin, after 13 full seasons and factoring all of the international competition, you're going to have to start to show some wear and tear, and that's been the case for Manu.
Excellent point. He played 4 pro years overseas before the NBA.
You know, guys, getting back to Ginobili, the most concerning part about last year centers around his shooting. Down in field goal, 3-point, and free throw percentage. Just could not find the mark all season long.
And looking forward for Ginobili, he may have to reshape his game a little bit. Less commotion overall to try and reduce the turnovers. Maybe accepting more of a toned-down role versus the catalyst role that he's really enjoyed over the course of his career.
Kent Bazemore's checked in for the Hawks. And Splitter drops them both. And the one thing Thiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is consistency. The numbers, the effort, the results, all very familiar every year.
Yeah, his game is really built on the intangibles. He hustles, he knows where he's supposed to be, he gets to the right spot at the right time, crashes the boards, takes charges. He does all the little stuff.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And the Spurs with possession here.
And for Tiago Splitter, he's been a relatively unsung player in his career, never getting his number called on offense, receiving little recognition from the media, but providing tough defensive approach. He shot over 55%, crashes the boards in the 20 minutes or so a game that he gets. So that's been good enough to really establish a productive career.
Here's Parker. After the made shot from Jeff Teague, Parker passes to Aldridge. Green dishes to Aldridge. He kicks it to Ginobili. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. Aldridge has got 3 assists in the game. The Hawks trail by 3. Outside Teague. Here's Horford. A beautiful reverse layup. Horford's got 6.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
And Bazemore kicks to Horford. There's the pick. And the pass to Bazemore. The 3. And he gets the bucket.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
This season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality play has been who they are and have been for 2 decades.
And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Paul Millsap's checked in for Splitter. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. Now, here's Schroeder. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Horford's it to Bazemore. There's the dish to Millsap. Passes it to Bazemore. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Feeds to Millsap. Millsap a screen. Bazemore for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Bazemore's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful. Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Hardaway kicks to Horford. Dishes it to Schroeder. Picked by Horford. Bazemore for 3, and that one's good. And now a 6-point Hawks lead.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound.
There's the triple. Rebounded by the Hawks. And it's the Hawks' ball. They're on an 18-5 run. Here's Bazemore, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And Kent Bazemore, the long-armed lefty out of Old Dominion, where he was the Division I Defensive Player of the Year back in 2011. A 5-year senior. He graduated with 2 degrees, one in criminal justice, the other in human services.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Bazemore grew up in a small town, Telford, North Carolina. Clark, less than 300 people.
And a very tight-knit community, as you might expect, Kevin. His uncle owned the local diner, and you see that in his demeanor. Very social, a humble guy. He's really a nice presence in the locker room.
The Spurs have started out 0-1 from the line, missing their only other attempt earlier.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Now here's Schroeder. He's covered by Leonard. Picked by Horford. Works it to Bazemore. The tray. And he gets it to go. Bazemore's got the lead up to 7 now for Atlanta.
You have got to make some kind of a defensive adjustment here. He is just lighting them up from beyond.
Greg, I don't know what else they can do. I mean, even when they've closed out on him, he's still been knocking them down.
And so we wrap up the first half. Hawks lead by 7. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Tim, in looking at that first half, what sort of adjustments are necessary as you guys prepare to take the floor after the break?
Just refocus of energy at halftime, come out a little more focused and understanding what we got to do to finish this game.
Tim, we appreciate the time as always. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. They were a finely tuned unit in the second quarter, easily outscoring their counterparts and getting in front by 7 points at the end of the half. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
The field goal percentage was off the Chisnarts, Ernie. Let me rewind it. The field goal percentage was off the charts, Ernie. It was well planned, well executed. They took very few bad shots, and that needs to be the focus from here on out. More smart basketball, don't try to do too much, and open the door for a comeback.
Kenny, how do you think San Antonio played?
Can this team please get fired up on defense? I mean, get angry, get upset. Guys are way too soft and giving up way too many good looks. At some point, you got to draw the line in the sand. Be like, okay, who's crossing this line? If you're coming over here, I'm taking a hard foul, and I'm going to resist you on defense.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment.
Looking at the game Bazemore's been having, 13 points, and he's added to his numbers by hitting 4 shots from the three-point line.
And really now you can tell the defense starting to have second thoughts in terms of how they're going to play him. That's 12 points from long range.
On the court for San Antonio, the always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Duncan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. Now here's Teague. Korver kicks to Splitter. To the left wing, 5 to shoot. Splitter sets a screen. Teague drives in. Duncan with the block. Here's Leonard, rips down the breakaway slam.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
The San Antonio Spurs, a team that has had such a strong core and is so disciplined, Clark, it's hard to see them struggle, even think of them struggling, even on the road.
Well, you know, last season they did have trouble at times on the road, but 22-19, still not too bad.
So it's Atlanta now, after the basket by San Antonio. Horford double team. Up top Splitter, kicks to Teague. Back to Splitter. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Splitter's got his second basket of the night. Teague against Parker. Green kicks to Parker. Back to Green. To the middle, and stolen by Horford. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And Teague, here we go. Millsap, Green with the block. And now running it up the court, Green pushing it all the way. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Well, you know that Kawhi Leonard has an incredible reach with his arms, but even his hands are just massive, measured at 10 inches long and 11 inches wide. Wow.
And the Hawks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. And San Antonio also making a switch. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Now here's Teague. Wide open. And he hits the jump shot. Teague's got 6. Well, to give some perspective on Leonard's hand size that Greg was talking about, Clark, those measurements, 11 by 10, are what you typically would find on 7-footers. Well, this kid's 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, and I'm 6'9", and I'm about 9 by 7, okay?
Huh.
So that just lets you know.
Wow.
The only other hands comparable to that, Dr. J.
Ooh, that's huge. Here's Teague following the bucket by the Spurs. Pass to Hardaway. Looking for Splitter. He gets it there. And he gets it to go. Splitter's got 4 points this quarter.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
1:57 left in the third quarter. Teague against Green. Millsap a screen on Green. Teague dishes to Millsap. Great D that time from Green.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And, of course, Tony Parker, so big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
Yeah, you know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was really physical with Tony, really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
Now here's Schroeder. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Hardaway, no good.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And it's Schroeder missing. San Antonio trailing here. In the corner, it's Ginobili for the lead. Got a hand on it. The dive for the ball. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. Kent Bazemore is checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And San Antonio also making a switch. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Tony Parker. 50 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Clock at 6. Here's Leonard. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Bazemore passes to Schroeder. And Bazemore kicks it over to Schroeder. Millsap a screen. Off the pick. The Hawks again can't hit.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
The Hawks have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Bazemore dishes to Schroeder. To the left wing. Plenty of space. And the rejection by Leonard. Six seconds left to play in the third. And here's Cephalosha for 3. And the miss. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's Atlanta. They lead by 2. And we'll be back right after this. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And the Hawks with possession here. A 2-point game. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague and Korver are the guards. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Hawks 5. Spurs shooting at 50% in a decent groove. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Green the pass to Duncan. There's the triple. And Green with the basket on the assist from Duncan.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Now here's Korver. Pass to Horford. And he overshot that one, missing.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Green, no luck.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Teague with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Such a wide open look.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
And Kyle Korver enjoying a career renaissance, if you will, here in his 30s. A former late second-round pick. He's kicked around the league a little bit. He's really found his niche here in the motion offense of the Atlanta Hawks.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He is not happy with their perimeter defense, saying, guys, way too many open shots for them beyond the three-point line. We've got to press up closer and try to crowd them off the arc. Guys, we'll see if they got the message.
And thank you, Doris.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
A little background on Kyle Korver, drafted 51st by the Nets back in 2003. They sold his rights to the Sixers for a little over $100 grand and used the proceeds to pay for their summer league fee.
Well, that, and they also bought a new color copier for whatever that information is worth. It might sound like a mistake in hindsight, but I heard that machine is very reliable.
San Antonio with the ball, following the bucket by the Hawks. It will go down, and the Hawks lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Green. Atlanta's gone 6 of 12 from outside, a very nice 50% mark, shooting the three ball well. Horford gets the bucket.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Parker dishes to Duncan. Parker against Teague. Parker kicks to Duncan. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why. I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And the Hawks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. To the inside. And it's slammed in by Splitter.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
Yeah, you know, the pace has only picked up the deeper we've gotten into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams, and it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
Now, here's Teague. Splitter with a screen on Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. The timely screen gave him a step, but he took it all the way.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Paul Millsap is checked in for Atlanta. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Ginobili's checked in.
Just what the doctor prescribed. The hoop and the horn, and he makes good on the free throw.
Parker against Teague. Parker passes to Duncan. Goes up from the top of the key. Parker's shot is off. The Hawks leading by 4. Horford dishes to Teague. Horford in the post. Aldridge is covering. Horford no luck. San Antonio's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Really good work on the interior. That is a critical 2 points there. That was an ideal scenario really for him. Point-blank range and also a size advantage.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're up by 2. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter. .112 left to play here in the fourth. Ginobili against Korver. T gets to Korver. And that comes off the assist by Jeff T. 9 points in the game for Kyle Korver.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Parker passes to Ginobili. Offline with his 3. The Hawks have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. And Teague, here we go. Millsap has the open look. No good on the triple. Watt is on the line here.
Well, how about the intensity and focus of the crowd here?
So loud in this place. Millsap with the steal. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion. Time running low here.
A quick score, Greg, and then probably foul him right away.
Leonard will not go. This is off the front iron. And an intentional foul right there.
That's his 3rd personal foul. At the line for the Hawks, Jeff T. 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
All right, let's go.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game.
And now,
time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're losing by 8. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, they can game plan all they want, but unless they can put more time on the clock, I think this bad boy is over.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they hope to get accomplished with this timeout here.
11 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there.
Shooting for Atlanta.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game. San Antonio calls timeout. They're behind by 7. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Hey, yeah, I'm ready to go home just like the players are. There's nothing they can do to salvage this one right now. Let's go. Get out of here. Game done.
You summed it up.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we need to comment after that.
Adios. And he does get the second one. And that stretches their lead to 8.
And now, your Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're down by 8. 7 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this one's over.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I really think you shouldn't be allowed to call timeouts late in the ball game if there's no chance for it to do any good on the scoreboard.
And so it's Atlanta with the W. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubts they'd come out on top.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jeff T. He stepped up his game tonight, getting it done all game long and making the plays whenever they needed him to. Shaq, your thoughts?
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
When it comes to Jeff Teague, there's an aggressiveness to his game that allows him to be a difference maker. He's always going to be the one who dictates the pace of the game. I love that about Teague. Just his skill at orchestrating for his teammates.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
Right now, somewhere, he at the table with a bowl of Apple Jacks, and he's feeding the back of the cereal, and in between eating the Apple Jacks, he's right. And he want